So we're gonna leave the worst, and we're gonna end this podcast with more worst, but in a different kind of worst. We're gonna go to Disney news, even after we just praised them a little bit in the last segment about probably trying to do the right thing. So Disney,
that was a mistake. We're fixing that.
We can't get out of this without taking a shot. May the 4th. That is, by the time you're listening to this podcast, probably the same day. For us, it's tomorrow. It's early in the morning here, but essentially tomorrow, 24 hours. It's a big day. It's a big day that naturally evolved. It has always been May the 4th be with you. Even before the internet, that was the day, because it's a funny sounding little thing that works together, right? This is a cute little thing. The internet came around, Twitter came around, Instagram came around, and the hashtag came around. And May the 4th took on a life of its own. You would use the hashtag and you would share your memories of Star Wars on that day, right? Maybe take a picture of your movie collection, some toys, maybe an old photo of you dressed up. It was a fun little way. Then the Star Wars actors themselves got in on the fun. May the 4th be with you, and all those hashtags and everyone. It's just a nice celebrate some of the good stuff, have fun, whatever. Disney got in on the action this year, which was nice. And so they released a tweet a couple of days ago. Basic tweet says, celebrate the saga, reply with your favorite hashtag Star Wars memory, and you may see it somewhere special on hashtag May the 4th. Really simple, kind of cool little tweet. Like, oh, cool. If I share it, they'll probably do like a featurette on Disney Plus, right? It's probably going to be part of some documentary. I get it. No big deal.
A lot of the time they'll do like some mosaic thing. Yeah,
it's something, a lot of companies do this sort of thing. The problem is with these, when you do something like that and say you can be part of a film or a project, legalities come into play.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can't just, and this is a YouTube thing too, right? This goes with everyone. You can't just take someone's content and then you can sell it in your work. Right? And that's essentially what's happening here, because Disney Plus is $9.99. They're buying something. And if they take your work, even if they ask for it, even if you give it freely, there still has to be some sort of legalese to clear everyone. The problem is in the language and timing. So they sent that tweet about May the 4th. Now, this is a popular hashtag that has already existed before even probably Disney had a Twitter account. They released a follow-up message about, a few seconds after that. And it said, by sharing your message with using May the 4th, the hashtag May the 4th, you agree to our use of the message and your account name in all media and our terms of use here. And people lost their collective shit because this was what they assumed, and maybe rightfully so, and maybe not, but that Disney has control of the May the 4th hashtag, which technically is what it sounds like, right? Imagine you don't want to share something with Disney because fuck Disney, right? But you love Star Wars. And so I have my VHS copies of the original trilogy from the 80s, the unedited ones, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're in a nice little box set, and I like to watch them once a year because it's how it was originally intended. And I take a photo on May the 4th and post it to my Instagram with the hashtag, because that's the hashtag you use when people are looking stuff up just for fun. Now, Disney can take my photo and use it in their product to make money. And it's because of the wording in their original tweet. Celebrate the saga, reply with your favorite Star Wars memory, and you may see it somewhere special on May the 4th. That's its own tweet. Imagine if you didn't see the rest of that thread or anything else. Right? Yeah. Twitter is fast. You look at something and you scroll. I don't go through tweet chains and read the 100. And this thing had 8,000 likes, 5,000 comments. I sure as hell am not opening that thread. I'm going to
Mhm.
look at that and be like, oh, cool. Maybe, if I use this, cool. They'll get it. Scroll. I may have never seen the next one. Now they have access to literally the hashtag. And people went nuts on Twitter. They had the trailer for, the scrolling thing at the beginning of every Star Wars film.
Yes.
And it was just the tweet
Yeah.
scrolling by. And at the end, it was just like HTTP DisneyTermsOfUse.com.
Yeah.
And they were replying to Disney with these. And it was
Oh, yeah.
hilarious. There was like Star Trek memes and people were like sharing photos of like what made you cancel Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And it says other and May the 4th does not belong to you.
Yes.
The Empire Strikes Back, in quotations with intrusive and abusive terms of use. People took them to fucking task. Now, legally, they had to say this. I don't think they're taking over the hashtag, right? I don't even think you can do that. But they did it in such a straightforwardly business way.
Yeah.
And then there's a fake article here from 2013. I don't even know if this is real. And it was. Okay, I'm looking at this. In 2013, Disney applies for the trademark Dias de los Muertos for
Oh,
upcoming
yeah.
movie.
No,
That was
that
for
was real.
Coco, wasn't
They
it?
did that. Yes, for Coco.
Which is like a really good, like family, wholesome, like Mexican film, like awesome. And then you have the business side, like we're gonna trademark your your heritage and your cultural.
I mean, that film technically takes a silver cup compared to like the Book of Life, but yeah.
It's so fucking crazy. And so they were just ripping into them. Um, it just
Did
it
you
just
get down to
shows.
the last one I
I
shared?
did. That was the photo you shared of me of just like Hulk having butt sex with Thanos.
Yeah, that's the classic that's the
Okay.
classic internet move.
Okay, thanks. Feel free to use this. May the 4th is just a hashtag of just Marvel people having sex with each other. This is what happens when you don't have a social media community manager that
Mhm.
understands how human beings talk.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Straight up.
This is the difference between Sega,
Oh god,
who
yes.
makes shit but has like the
Yeah.
best social media presence because they like are funny about it and they talk like regular people.
Yeah.
This is like some fast food chains that actually have teams of people that reply to things, right?
Wendy's became infamous for it.
Like Wendy's, I mean Arby's does things on Instagram. Like people like they talk back and forth. They
This
feel
guy doesn't
like
know what a refrigerator is.
it feels natural even though it's not, right?
Yeah.
It's still I've worked in social media and like it's still planned out when what's going to be said. If something pops up, they address it, they have a little meet whatever. It's still pre-programmed, but it feels like a human being said it. This would have been differently worded. I don't think would have been if it was all. The funny thing is that Twitter now it lets you have like 200 something characters.
Mhm.
You don't have to split things up. Just like, hey, if you use the May the 4th hashtag, and you share with this account or something, you have to word it naturally. Because it doesn't see it, it just says by sharing your message with us using May the 4th. That doesn't mean anything. That just means the hashtag.
Mhm.
If a real person would have said something, they would have, if it was me, just off the top of my head, I'm like, hey,
If
if you reply to
to
this
this thread.
account, the official account using the hashtag May the 4th, we might use you in a project that we're working on. And by doing so, you agree, to our basic terms of use. Here they are. Right. But that's a direct saying you have to do certain things. It's not just use the hashtag. It's like, hey, DM us or something or message this account. This is just saying
Or
like if you just use this hashtag, we own it.
yeah, reply to this thread.
Right. And then of course they had to follow up. I'm trying to see the timestamp on this, the original timestamp.
It was like 5 hours later.
Yeah, it was hours later when someone finally caught it. And then fixing it, which is what they should have done in the first place, like, oh, hey guys, the above legal language applies only to replies to this tweet using the hashtag and mentioning at Disney Plus. See what I mean about like by
Yeah.
committee and by a person? A person would have said that, saying, hey,
Yeah. That would have been
use
the second one
yeah,
that
use
didn't
the
piss
tweet
people off.
May the 4th. Use the hashtag May the 4th and add us at Disney Plus. If you do that, your things might appear in our thing. You know, be aware, you know, legalese wise, here's our terms of service if you do so. But that's only if you're doing that. The first tweet was just so bad.
Yeah.
Hey, we own this. And it just never stopped from there. Oh my god. And it's such a stupid move that could have been so easily avoided. And this is why, like, social media people, like, get a bad rap a lot of the time, right? You only
Oh
really
yeah.
know about social media people when something goes wrong.
Yeah.
If things are going right, they're invisible. You might not even know they're running an account. And
Mhm.
the good ones are paid good money, $70,000 and up a year to run these accounts. You know, I think the starting price is like 50 grand a year to run an account and up. Usually you have teams. There's a lot of money. But when you take a day off or someone's not on and you let corporate handle it, you get a problem like this that you can't make up for, because now you just become, if you become a laughing stock on the internet, that
It's there
lasts.
forever.
It's there forever. Those tweets don't go away. You can delete the tweet, but the replies are still there. It's still archived. That you can have an article, and now anytime in the future when you slip up, they can go back and say, "Hey, remember that time you tried to own a hashtag?
Yeah.
Oh, remember that time you tried to trademark a holiday, the Mexican holiday?" Bad,
It's
Disney.
forever.
Stop. I know it was good intentions, but it's clearly that thing was written by someone who doesn't understand social media or how people talk. That was bad on all fronts. If it was like any other company, you would have like given a link to go somewhere. Like, hey, you know,
Mhm.
use this link and reply to our website with your hashtag or something like that. Some outside thing. And not just like, hey, use this hashtag and oh, by the way, we're gonna do whatever the fuck we want with it. Oh god damn it, Disney. Why is everyone so bad? Not even a quarantine is saving people. So that's it for this podcast. A lot of weird shit happened. A lot of weird shit continues to happen. We're glad to be back. If you thought our podcast were going to get an hour or less shorter because we don't have Star Trek Picard to talk about, how sorely mistaken both of us and you guys out there were. Because that just means we have more time to talk about Disney, to talk about Star Wars, to talk about movies and EA and all the shit that happens in the world of pop culture. So, you guys all have yourself a fantastic week of lockdown. Let us know in the comments below how you're coping. I'm barely holding on for dear life now that I've moved and have run out of things to do. And we'll catch you next week for the full episode of the podcast. You can find us on gabbittmag.com, wherever you listen to your podcast, or if you're on YouTube, all these little bits are cut up every single day, so you can get your daily dose of video content. So until next time, we'll catch you guys all later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.